Jim Farmall again, and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about terrace rows.
Today Jim and I are going to show you how we throw up terrace rows. We're going to take this tractor and the double disc turning plow, and we're going to roll terrace rows up. I'm going to show you how to lay them out. We're going to do it like the old timers did. We could use a tripod and a laser level, which we've got one, and we could do it that way, but I like to do things the way the old timers did it. So we're going to walk down here on the lower side of the field, and we're going to look across the field and determine what direction we're going to go. And I'll show you what the layout needs to be like, and then we'll take the tractor and we'll roll up some terraces. All right, most everybody that knows anything about farm equipment knows what a double disc turning plow is, but just in case you don't, this is what's known as double disc. It's two discs. This is what a lot of the farmers in the southern states use where there's clay land, because a disc turner actually turns clay a little bit better than a flat bottom does, in my opinion. That's what I was cut my teeth on when I was small. Driving the tractor was the first tractor I ever drove was a Super A Farmall with a double disc turning plow. We've still got that tractor. That belonged to my granddad, and that was the first tractor I ever drove. So now we'll we'll talk about terracing. And if you look across the field, most of the time you can tell where the old timers laid the terraces out. Now we've already cut this, and it's kind of a little bit harder to see where the terrace is at, but if you pan to the right toward the tree line in the field road coming in right over yonder, you can kind of see there's a hump. And then if you kind of pan back to the left, you can kind of see where it kind of lays like this, and that's where your terrace comes in at. And we're going to terrace almost straight to that privet hedge on the left over there, because there's a terrace that comes in right there. We're going to tie this back in just like it was before it was sawn down and made into a pasture. And the way we're going to do this is you take your turning plow and you roll the dirt uphill, and then you go back up, and then you roll it back downhill, and you let it meet. And that's the beginning of your terrace. And then you come back on either side and roll it up, roll into your furrow, and then you come back on the other side and you just work it up until you make kind of like a mound of dirt, and that becomes your terrace. And like I said, there's several different ways to do it. I mean, you can use a tripod and a electronic leveler, or you can side it off. 9 times out of 10 you can just go back where the old timers had it already laying out, and just roll it back up, and it works just as good. We terraced the front part over there, and I did it by eye like I'm going to do here, and we've had some heavy rain since we terraced it up, and we've not had any terrace rows to break. It's a learning curve to learn how to make terrace rows. I've been doing it several years, so I've got to where I kind of can look and tell where the terrace rows need to go. But Jim and I are going to roll up the first one, and we may make 1 or 2, and then that'll probably be our video. see, the terrace rows kind of fit the contour of the hill. They kind of lay around the foot of the hill. This field's actually, it's sidling, but it's not so bad that it really needed just steep terrace rows. But I wanted to get the terrace rows up enough so that you could kind of see what they need to look like. They need to be kind of round, which these aren't. But we'll take a disc and kind of dress them up a little bit, and we'll fill the ditches in on both sides. Now, when we were kids, Granddad taught us how to fill in the dead furrows, as he called them, and he'd want that filled in. If he was here right now, he wouldn't be satisfied until I took that turning plow and filled these dead furrows in. But it's a whole lot easier to take that disc we've got behind the Alice Chalmers and just roll that dirt right in and layer it in. And as you work your fill, and of course it'll take a while with this since this is new ground, but eventually this terrace will kind of lay in against the terrace row like that. Same thing down here. And of course, we'll run our rows with the terrace like this. We're going to, most likely, we were going to plant corn. We probably will plant some corn, but most likely we're going to plant soybeans this year since we're running so late. But that way we'll be able to pick it with a combine and have a good bit of space from terrace to terrace and not have terraces close together. I have seen terraces so close that some of the old timers put them close enough to where you barely could get 2 rows on them, and that's when they farm with mules. But this is kind of what we wanted to show you as far as how to roll a terrace row up. I think that's going to just about do it. Like I said, there's 2 or 3 different ways you can do it. You can do it with a tripod and a laser level and get it more accurate. But the terrace rows that I've done in the past, doing it this way, they've always held up pretty good, and we actually have stopped some washes using terraces like this. So this is just kind of how the old timers would do it. This is what we want to show you, all of you, that that you can do it if you just take your time, look at the layer you're laying, and then just put your turning plow on and have at it, and roll up. If you're cultured enough to know what terrace rows are, that's what the old timers called them, was terrace rows, but they're terrace rows. But just put your turning plow on and try it. If it doesn't work the first time, and go back and redo it. If it washes, that's all you can do, is just come back and move your terrace rows to you get them to a point where they work for you.
If y'all enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.